speaking here is the question, what can we expect from Kershaw when he's on the mound on short days rest? So, Stephen A.
Skip Bayless, I'm going to tell you this from the bottom of my heart. I honestly have no clue. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of Don Mattingly. That's why. Kershaw, to me, shouldn't have been in that game for most of the seventh inning the way that he was on Friday night when he threw 110 pitches. He's got that herky-jerky motion. His breaking ball is spectacular in most instances, but as that game waned on Friday, when he was going up against Adam Wainwright, you could see, especially from the fifth inning on, that he started to lose not just velocity, but location. You had Ellis behind the plate, for example. When he gave up 4 consecutive singles, and somehow, inexplicably, Don Mattingly left him in, and it appeared as if they were, the Cardinals, they were tipping their signs, and the Cardinals were catching on with what they were doing. They knew what was coming at them, which was just an exceptional job of being pointed out by Harold Reynolds for the Major League Baseball Network. It was just exceptional because it was exactly what I was watching. And I was like, it looks like they know exactly what this guy is going to throw. Yep. Every pitch. It just got to that point where it appeared to be continuously arduous as the fifth inning drew on, and then it went to the sixth and then into the seventh. 4 straight singles, and then ultimately you still leave him in. It's clear that they know what he's going to throw, when he's going to throw it. He was relying too heavily on the fastball, went away from the breaking ball a little bit, and on that pitch that he gave up the bases clearing double to Carpenter, okay? Skip, if you look and you go back and you look at the replay and show it again if y'all have it, Ellis is behind the plate. He's low and outside. And Kershaw, we're talking about the Clayton Kershaw, 21-3, 177 ERA during the regular season, pitching strong for the first 6 innings, and here you are in the 7th when he gets smacked with the 4 singles, and this guy, Ellis, is behind the plate, low and outside, his glove is right there, and Kershaw throws it right down the middle for Carpenter to smack it, almost out. But obviously it ended up being a bases clearing.
So how's that Mattingly's fault?
I'm saying to you, Mattingly, you take no time. You make sure that you don't make sure they're communicating with one another. You don't make sure you change the sign so the Cardinals can't figure out what they're going to do. You got to do these things, man. You got to go out there. He went out there. He talked to him. I thought he should have pulled him. And my problem with Mattingly in this particular instance, when I look at his handling of Kershaw, I have concerns because you may end up leaving Kershaw in the game too long tonight. Kershaw, listen, you got to remember, in the NLDS last year against Atlanta, he pitched on short days rest, gave up 2 unearned runs over 6 innings, pitched well. In this particular game, Skip, that might not cut it. He had 110 pitches Friday. He's going to need to, I believe, he's going to need to be effective, and he's going to need to pitch probably into the 7th inning and give you about 100 pitches tonight for Game 4. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. How is Mattingly going to manage him? How is he going to manage that bullpen coming into this game? I'm concerned.
I can't let you get away with this.
Sure.
So we are talking about the man who probably will win not only Cy Young, but MVP also.
Yes.
You brought up the numbers, 21-3, 1.77.
Yes.
As great a year, arguably, as anyone has ever pitched. And you're asking Don Mattingly early in the 7th inning. Now, he had allowed 2 solo homers to a team that was the worst in baseball.
2 solo homers and 4 consecutive singles in the 7th, Skip.
But what you're talking about is after a couple singles, if Don Mattingly had gone out there and gotten him, I believe the great Magic Johnson might have stepped over the wall, walked out on the field, and fired Don Mattingly on the spot. On the spot, fired him.
I disagree.
Hey, you as they say where I came from, you dance with who brung you. He brung them this far. This is who they are. They are Clayton Kershaw. Their bullpen is horrendous. The money was spent, for the most part, on starting pitching. And who has better starting pitching than certainly their 1-2 punch. But my point is, you can't put that kind of game 1 at home, in the hands of a bullpen that is flammable at best. I mean, you just can't do it. You'd get run out of town on a rail. You have to close your eyes and hope that he figures it out. Because I don't care if he's tipping pitches or they are stealing signs. When Clayton Kershaw is on, he could yell to them, curveball, and throw them the big old breaking curveball, and they'd hack it in the dirt or miss it completely, because that's how good he was during the regular season. Now let's get to the postseason. What did I tell you last week?
Yes, you did.
I said he is becoming the Peyton Manning of baseball. Peyton Kershaw, if you will. Peyton Kershaw, because his postseason, which is now, this is really pathetic. Big picture now.
His ERA was over 6 coming into the series. Coming into Friday.
1-4 in the postseason with an ERA now total combined 5.20. Well, those aren't even ordinary numbers. Those are below average numbers, okay?
Yes, they are.
This is Clayton Kershaw we're talking about. So you say, time out. What is happening here? Well, I'm going to give this man today, because the pressure of the baseball world is on his shoulders tonight to keep them afloat, man. And this is back at the scene of the crime in Game 6 last year, you know, when he got lit up by the Cardinals last year when they needed him to come through. Okay, the only break I'm going to give Clayton Kershaw is that 3 of his worst postseason starts, well, 2 for sure, but 2 have come against the St. Louis Cardinals. And is it possible that this is just the team that for whatever reason, stolen signs, tip pitches, maybe just patience or savvy or know-how, they just have this guy's number? Like one team, and it happens to great pitchers all the time. You look back through history, somebody had Bob Gibson's number, some team that he just couldn't beat. And Clayton keeps running up against his nemesis in the postseason. But his nemesis is clobbering him, turning him into a below-average pitcher. So tonight, under that kind of pressure at Busch Stadium, now again, he got a break because they didn't push up Wainwright. They're not going on 3 days rest.